Hello, yeah. I'll put my phone on airplane mode because I'm still getting messages. Hold on, let me see.
A narcissist. The one that you're having feelings. If you get a sudden high-pitched ringing when there is no external noise, this is not a random occurrence. It is a phenomenon as clairaudience, and it is a direct sign that the spiritual world is trying to communicate with you.
So I was listening to that, like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes ago. And immediately I noticed my ears are ringing. Which I noticed my ears have been ringing since I was about 3. Since I, for myself, claimed the Most High and told one of my friends, and I had this outer body experience. I could feel the presence of the Most High from that day. I used to be able to hear the Most High audibly until my aunt tricked me because she wanted me to say that Santa Claus was real. And the Holy Spirit is telling me, do not deny me. But everybody used to call me crazy because I could hear his voice. And I could hear his voice, but everybody else around me was making me feel crazy. And my aunt was looking sad, my same aunt that made me her sex slave before I was her sex slave. I mean, or actually that was during the time period that it started. I was like 6, and she was crying because she wanted me to say Santa Claus was real. In the Holy Spirit, that was one of the last time I heard the Holy Spirit speak to me audibly. He said, do not deny me. But I had everybody else all around me, gate program and everything. And they used to always test me because I couldn't do the work, but I always get the right answer. Because as I would do my work, the Holy Spirit would just tell me all the right answers. And so I was tested and all that for gate and stuff. But I stopped, and it wasn't me, it was the Most High, because they couldn't figure out, everybody thought I was cheating, because I would just always have the answers, but I could never do the work. I didn't have an understanding. The Holy Spirit just always told me the right answers. So my aunt, I said Santa Claus was real, and a plank fell in my eye. I was walking to my uncle, put the Christmas lights up, and a big plank fell in my eye. Wood chip fell in my eye. That was right before Hillary Clinton tried to kidnap me. And that was the last time I heard the Most High audibly. He told me to run when the Secret Service ladies were calling me over to them. And so normally my sister has been blocking my blessings for a really long time. I don't talk to her. I don't read her messages because she always pisses me off. We have not talked for the longest time. The last time when I was sending my son his allowance card, and I realized, because I catch on the thing slow. She was like, I'm telling the world that our beef, we don't got no beef. She is the one she rage baits me, and then I get pissed off, like her grooming my children in my face. Like every time I try to co-parent, because the meetup place that we're supposed to co-parent, because my husband tried to kill me, it's supposed to be at my mom's house. But every time I go over there, because that's where we're supposed to drop off the kids to co-parent, my sister comes and jumps me. And then she says a little slick stuff that pisses me off. And then once I get going, I could cuss you out for probably about 3 months. So but you have to get under my skin. So she's always trying to get under my skin. We don't talk. She pisses me off, and sometimes I go off on her. We don't have a relationship. We do not talk. But I'm about to read these messages, and then I'm about to process. And because this was weird. She's still messaging me. Watch me take my phone off of airplane mode.
Explain. Your physical body is an antenna for energy, and a ringing in your ears signifies a major frequency shift or a download of information from your spirit guides. The message, however, depends entirely on which ear is ringing. Think of it this way: left for low, right for right. If the ringing is in your left ear, it's a low vibration alert. This often means someone is speaking negatively about you, or you've heard of empaths.
Okay. Hold on. Dang, 44 messages. She said, Tav'ia, we don't have to text each other. You know, I texted her yesterday. Um, I didn't know it was her. I have this app and it shows you like who's calling, and I don't have her name set. I got a new phone. So it had somebody else's picture. So I didn't know who it was. I thought it was my abandoned husband's number. I was trying to reach my kids. So I had messaged her. I had called her yesterday. Um, so yeah. She said, hey, we don't have to text each other. You know it's the wrong number. I guess LOL. Enjoy your day, baby girl. I'm not gonna spend my whole life bitter. If y'all wanna die having a stroke, being silly, do y'all? I don't know what she's talking about. I'm almost 30. I'm not finna have a stroke dealing with a sad family. We do not talk. I called to see who this was because it has this picture and that's not her. Because I have this app that it came with the phone that shows you basically who's calling. So I did not know who it was because it's not her picture and I don't have her number saved as her. So I thought it was, yeah. Me and my babies are finally free. I pray and hope that y'all are. And all of my sisters, even though y'all being weirdos, that's projection. She's the one being weird. Every time I try to co-parent, my husband calls her and then she comes and assaults me and she's trying to play that off. I'm grateful to God. I'm 30 and it took a lot of time in healing. I do think she's actually healing. I hope she's trying. I think she's trying to heal. In her own little weird way. But she has been made to where if I'm doing okay and she's not, she has to make me suffer with her. So I keep trying to co-parent with my husband, abandoned husband, and he calls her, don't know whatever the fuck they're doing, but whatever they're doing, they're being weird. She's the one that said, I'm fucking your husband. I never thought that. They're doing something because every time I try to co-parent, he calls her and then she comes and physically assaults me. So she's the one being weird. You should have been trying to do the same, but nobody gets to judge but God. She has to be able to talk about me. She's the weirdo. All I've been trying to do is get my children and get the fuck away from this family. I do not want to talk to them. The only reason why I reach out to any of them is because they have my children. I want nothing to do with any of them. It took me years to heal from this family, and I still am. This season, I call myself leaving y'all, laugh my ass off. Bye, girl. Have fun, fam. We free bitches. Okay. And I don't know. And then I said, I didn't know who it was when I called. And you're right, we don't talk and haven't for years. But this message is for you. I didn't know who it was when I called. And you're right, we don't talk. Oh, wait, why'd I send that twice? She said, what? My phone is broke. I can barely see. I don't know who that is, nor do I care really either. we have talked for years. You send me messages every year, and that's weird. Every year on my birthday, every year a day after my birthday, some random person sends me a happy birthday, and I really think it's her. I don't message her. When we do talk, it's because I'm talking on my mom's phone, and then she takes my mom's phone and starts cussing me out. This number, I do not, I do not talk to her. I don't even read her messages. I'm reading the message now because I was just praying, and then I'll start getting all these messages. I called her yesterday um, on accident because I got a new phone, and I was trying to figure out who it was. Um, it's for around midnight. This has been this has been for the last 30 minutes. She's been messaging me right when I got that one message. Around midnight, I sent her this video I'm going to show you. You being crazy. I have them all. I read them all. I don't read her messages because all my life she just uh can't explain it. She's just I'm waiting for you to come so we can show the courts. Okay. She's been so that's the weird. She messaged me saying, I'm gonna have your children and you're gonna have to go through me to see them. And then she keeps trying to fight me. And then she keeps now every time I try to go get my kids, she attacks me. And then they tell me my husband told me that if I don't come back, he's gonna commit murder suicide with my kids. She told me she's gonna kill my kids. Every time I come to get my kids, they assault me. So now what do I have to do? I'm trying to co-parent, and every time I go to peacefully co-parent, I've been ambushed and brutally assaulted. So now I'm terrified. They're telling me they're abusing my children. So now I'm threatening them. If y'all harm my kids, I'm going to kill y'all. What else can I do? I'm sitting up here trying to peacefully co-parent. The meeting place is my mom's house. I call my husband to meet my mom. My sister comes out and assaults me. And then I have to run for my life. And then they're telling me my kids getting punched in the mouth, in which they actually really are getting beaten, abused. And so, yes, I was threatening them. And so now she's talking about, and she's been trying to do that. She's been trying to fight me. She's been trying to get a reason to take me to court. She's been provoking and rage baiting me so that they can make me look crazy, so that they can get my pay. They don't give a fuck about my kids. They don't give a fuck about me. They want my money. And now she keeps saying, oh, I'm going to take you to court, because she rage baited me as I'm trying to get my kids by brutally attacking me and then threatening the safety of my children's life. So then, yes, and after that, I did threaten them because they're telling me my children are being harmed and then harming me when I go to get my children. So she said, I'm waiting for you to come so we can go show the courts. I didn't have read that. And I said, I was answering to the part that I did read. And I said, no, you rage bait me and force yourself in my business. Oh, I was answering to the part where she says, we do talk. And I said, no, you rage bait me and you force yourself in my business, which is what happens. I normally don't share my business with nobody. The reason why I'm making videos and stuff is because I've been living my life peacefully, been being assaulted by my family, and then run from them. And then the police break in and brutally assault me. And it's like, I'm just living peacefully and everybody keep on breaking in and fucking assaulting me. So now I have to be in the open. So if somebody just randomly break in and assault me, my life is on camera. I am a secretive person. People keep breaking in and assaulting me, so I have no other choice. Um, so yeah, my memory just timed out. My memory just blinked out. So I'm gonna jump back to here. What we've been saying to each other for a year. I don't rage bait you. Lying as fuck. And this is me. And for some, Okay, it auto corrected. I mean, I put for some reason, and it put respected. So it said, and for some respected, but then for some reason attack me as I'm trying to co-parent with my husband. We don't talk. And then so we're both answering what we're saying, and we're both just saying finishing what we're saying. And she says, "You are just full of rage." No, I'm not. Normally, I'm never just full of rage unless somebody does something to me. Um, and I'm sorry for that. She said, "No, you're just full of rage, and I'm sorry for that. You can make up whatever lies you want. I don't have time today because that's not the truth. I be trying to co-parent and get my kids. She comes and attacks me." And I said, "Because you brutally assault me?" And she said, "Because I literally don't give a fuck. I never assaulted you once in my life, even when I broke your nose." Okay, so now she's going back to when we were teenagers, and this was used to be what we were made to do. My aunt made us fight, and I let her beat me up because if I did not, I was going to get jumped even more. If I did not let her beat me up, then I was going to get jumped by everybody else in the house. So she's going back into when we were literally neither one of us it, we both had this yellow and white shirt. I had one, she had one. I guess something happened to one of our shirt, and then so she was saying that my they were different sizes. So I had my shirt, and I guess she lost hers. So she was trying to take my shirt, and my aunt was saying that it was hers. And so my aunt was trying to make us fight over the shirt. This is the fight that she's talking about when she said that she didn't break my nose. My aunt broke my nose. She's she hit my face on the toilet, which I did let her do because I was gonna get jumped by everybody else in the house. Um, and I was bleeding. Um, but she didn't break my nose. My aunt broke my nose. Um, so that was a fight over a shirt, which I didn't even want to fight. It was my shirt. Came in there and basically made us fight, or else like my aunt wanted violence. Um, I was just like, stay out of my side of the closet. This is my stuff. Um, my aunt was like provoking to fight over it. I'm not a violent person. We were being made to fight. So my sister started fighting me. She was raised on hood code. I did not know that. I was not always raised on hood code. They tried to raise me on hood code, but in foster, because I kept reporting the sexual abuse, they put me in. They put me in more wealthy housing. The sexual trafficking still continued, but I was not on hood code. When we went back to my aunt, it was then, but I didn't understand because everybody in the hood was like my cousins and people I knew, and they kept trying. When they tried to fight me, I beat their ass. I didn't believe in hood niggas. I don't. I did, anyways. Um, and the police is in on that too. Police orchestrate all of that. Um, so that's what she's talking about. Some go, even when I broke your nose and I wasn't reading it, I'm still replying what I was saying. And I said every time I try to parent, I said because you brutally assault me. And then the next message, every time I try to parent with my husband, I said that to piss her off because every time I say my husband, it makes her mad for some reason. And then she said, kicked you straight in the face, which she did. And then she said, defended myself. Her brain must be blacking this out because we literally both were made to fight. My aunt, my cousin, his girlfriend, who was who was in a gang, um, were surrounding us to fight. I didn't want to fight. I just didn't want to get beat by everybody else in the house. So I let her beat me up. I I threw some little baby hits. I was not I did not give full I was not trying to beat my sister up. And that's why I allowed her to beat me up. Um I see people want to see it however they want to see it. I was not going all in trying to fight my sister. I was trying to not get jumped by everybody else in the house. I couldn't just not do anything because I would just get beat more. But okay, this is what she's talking about. She said I was defending myself. I'm not going to get into this argument. She's talking about when we were like 15. I was like 15. She was like 13, 12. Um, this is what she's talking about. So her brain isn't even letting fully recall this. She said I was defending myself from you attacking me. Hit you in the head with a toilet. They let me. Again, you attacking me. Um, I don't remember all of that. I remember it was over a shirt. It was my favorite shirt. It was this yellow shirt. And then it had like, it was a double layered shirt. It was like this yellow shirt. It had like gold writing on it. And then it had like a white undershirt. But it looked like it had an undershirt, but it was like sewed that way. And we both had one. I don't know. My aunt used to go in our closet and steal our stuff. My aunt probably completely egged the entire thing on. And she was getting my shirt out of my size. I was like, no, that's my shirt. My aunt came in the room. I saw her. My aunt came in the room. My cousin came in the room and his girlfriend. And they was talking something about like on blood, suwu, whatever. I don't know. And then it was like, nah, y'all gotta, whatever, y'all gotta use, I don't know. They kept egging it on, whatever. And so I didn't want to get beat up by everybody in the house. So I let my little sister beat my ass. That was neither of our fault. That was neither of our fault. But she said again, you attacked me. And then I wasn't reading all of this. I'm still going off of the last stuff. I don't know. I probably read the part where she said I was defending myself. I didn't read all. This is the first time I'm reading all of these messages because getting ready to cut her off because she's always in my life blocking my blessings. I don't ever read her messages, but I was just watching that. Excuse me. Start praying and then started getting all of these messages. And I said, "No, you attacked me." And she said, "You have always been the attacker. I don't think you know what attacked is, poor girl. You haven't exist. And then this is me, and I said, you haven't existed to me in decades. You attacked me, and I'm not talking about in our childhood. She keeps going back to our childhood. I'm talking about the last 7 years since I let my son go live with his dad, and I've been trying to co-parent. And the meeting place is my mom's house, and we're both at our mom's house. I do not talk to her, don't have a relationship with her. Every time I call my husband, he calls her, and then she comes and brutally assaults me. That's what I'm talking about. She said, when you go explain to the court, I attacked you, but never hit you first. Poor thing. And this ain't true. She done pulled knives on me multiple times. When she stole my earrings, I had these earrings. It had like a infinity thing with like a pink diamond in the middle. And those, I was the only one that had those earrings. And she stole my earrings. And then she tried to say they was hers. And then she pulled a knife on me for my earrings. Big ass butcher knife. So she was always the assault. Not all, but she was always made to be aggressive. If everybody didn't beat me up, they would get in trouble. This is how we were groomed and brought up. Everybody, we would just be minding our business because I was my aunt's sex slave. So she would egg people on to abuse me, and that was just the norm in the house. But even before that, because my mom and my aunt believe that the oldest child is evil, because my mom is the middle child, my aunt is the middle child, my aunt Sheila was spoiled. She's my grandma's oldest. And then my Aunt Grace is my granddad's oldest. And my Aunt Grace used to let her children, because my Aunt Grace, she's dead now, but she was the same age as my grandma. She was my granddad's first child. When my grandma was murdered, they went to go live with their sister Grace, who used to let her sons and husbands rape my mom and their sisters. So they think the oldest child is evil. My Aunt Grace only favorited the oldest child. So my cousin James, my cousin Jatara, and me. Um, and so my mom's siblings rejected the oldest children. So that's why I was abused, because I was the oldest. And they believe that the oldest child is evil because of their oldest sibling. Um, so my mom used to do me the same way, because they would always fear that I would grow up to be like my Auntie Grace. That always projected on me, even though I'm nothing like her. So everybody would just beat buck out of me and then go talk about it. My mom, my aunt, that's how they treated me, because I am the oldest, and they believe that the oldest is evil because of their older sisters. Um, she said, but never hit you first. Poor thing. Ask her, y'all. Who the fuck is she talking to? If I ever hit her, this heiress, what? Doesn't make sense. Let's ask right now if I hit her first about her husband. Who the fuck is she talking to? Does she got a fan base, or is she talking her fucking multi personalities? Why is she writing this shit? If I hit her first about her husband, so that's the only time. And that's the only time I hit her first. And that's because she woke me up out my sleep and said, I'm fucking your nigga. Yes, I had butted her. And I never had butted nobody in my life. Yes, I hit her first. But she rage baited me. And she had been rage baiting me, and I had been ignoring her. Let's ask right now if I hit her first. Bitch, why did she write this shit about her husband? Tav'ia, when we fought, and then why the fuck is she writing like this? My bad. Tav'ia, when we fought in the kitchen, who hit who first, my love? She don't get the law, y'all. Or what the word means. You're going to jail, girl. She's weird. And then I said, I wasn't even reading all this, but I answered right on cue. I was answering the last stuff, and I said, you woke me up out my sleep, saying, I quote, I'm fucking your nigga. And this is what happened. And she said, even if I fuck Lasan, which I didn't, I'm trying to explain it to you. You cannot attack someone for it, LOL. Bitch, you woke me up out of my fucking sleep. I wasn't even up all the way, saying, I'm fucking your nigga. Yes, I lost my shit. Yes, I had butted your ass. And that was the only time. Never every other time. When I was every other time, in them last 7 years I've been trying to co-parent, she came and attacked me. Everything else she talking about from our childhood, we were made to do. I don't hold that against her. We were made to do that. And she did hit me. I was not the one. I mean, I disciplined her. When we were made to fight, she was the one to hit me. But when I was disciplining her, like if she did something she wasn't, because that was my kids, I was raising them. So if she did something wrong, yes, we fought. But yeah, she keep going back to childhood, which if she's still healing from that, I'm still healing from certain things. I just don't do it with them. Okay, but I'm not talking about our childhood. And she's mixed up about that because we were made to fight. She said, if you tell the police I fucked your nigga and you headbutted me for it, I can press charges on you, which I will. Which is what she intended to do. She's been trying to get me to go to, she said months before this, She said, no, that was literally like 2 months before she attacked me. 2 months before she did this, she said, I'm going to have custody of your children and you're going to have to go through me to get them. She literally plotted this shit. She plotted this shit. I was in the bed minding my business. She woke me up out my sleep and said, I'm fucking your nigga. I lost my shit and headbutted her ass. And that's the only time that I ever put my hands on her first, except for when I was disciplining her because she was my child and I thought I was disciplining them, which I was a child. So talking about and I don't even remember all of that, but I'm not gonna excuse it and say, no, I never put my hands on her first. I don't remember all that, but I do remember when we were young, I was raising my kids. I was protecting my children. And yes, we did fight. I don't remember it all, but we did used to fight. Anyways, I said, you have set me up and assaulted me several times. We don't talk. We have no relationship. She said, as soon as you tell them it, girl, that's fine. And then I'm still talking. I said, nor do I want one. I said, we don't have a relationship, nor do I want one. And she said, please come tell the police what happened in mom's kitchen. Bye, Tav'ia. And then I said, you keep trying to fight me, which she does. She's been enraged, trying to fight me. As I'm trying to co-parent, she's, oh, we're going to fight. We're going to fight. Before all that, I'm ignoring her. We're just in my mom's house together. I'm calling my husband, trying to co-parent, and she's, we're going to fight. We're going to fight. Before she came in the room and said, I'm fucking your nigga, which I never thought. I'm ignoring her because we don't talk because she jumped me with her boyfriend years ago. And then because when we were supposed to tell that we were being sexually abused because she confided in me and told me that Harold was messing with her too when I told what was going on. But then I got beat unconscious and then she got scared and then said nothing happened. And then everybody in the whole church stopped talking to me, which basically everybody in the whole town stopped talking to me. And I didn't have nobody to talk to but my husband and his aunt and his grandma, which I did not know were setting me up because my aunt was talking to his grandma because they knew that, I don't know, piecing everything together. So I don't tell my little sister my business. We don't have a relationship. We don't talk. She keeps inserting herself where she does not belong. And she's always in the background. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. I'm going to have your children and you're going to have to go through me. And then a month later comes in the room and says, I'm fucking your nigga. And then I headbutt her. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I had no intention on putting my hands on her. I lost my shit. I'm sitting up here trying to co-parent, trying to see my kids. And then that's not even, she assaulted me 2 times before that. That was the 3rd time she assaulted me. The other 2 times she put her hands on me and I didn't even touch her because she was pregnant. I didn't even hit her back at all. She put her hands on me and I did not touch her at all because she was pregnant. This time I'm sitting there, I'm asleep. She wakes me up. I said, I love you. She said, I'm fucking your nigga. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Lost my shit. And it wasn't even about him. She disrespected me and keeping me from my children. Okay, so then I said, you keep trying to fight me. Because, yeah, she keep randomly saying, we're going to fight. And I'm just ignoring her because she's my weird little sister. And I'm trying to call my husband, not knowing at the time, as soon as I call him, he call her, she comes and assaults me. She said, have a blessed night. Never, LOL. I don't like to fight. Never have. She's lying. Used to get bullied in school so bad, she did. I used to fight her bullies. They didn't even let me leave at the same time as the other kids. That's true. This is me. All I'm trying to do, and all I've been trying to do, is co-parent and get my children. And then she said, you're a bad liar. You just make up singing. She must have put shit. And it probably autocorrect. I don't know. And then this is me. You keep feeling the need to insert yourself. Okay, because I'm still writing. I said, all I'm trying to do and all I've been trying to do is co-parent and get my children, and you keep feeling the need to insert yourself when nobody is talking to you. And then this is her. She said, I feel bad for you. Nothing but bad for you, Tav'ia. And then I said, I'm done. And she said, please send the police. I said, the video is for you. She says, please be done. Thank you. I don't want to see it. LOL. But have a good day. I'm finna go watch TV. And then I went to my computer to come make this video. And since then, I got 45 more messages. I'm going to read those, bringing an end to this, Yahuah willing. I didn't wake you up out of nothing. Every day you look for new lies. She's lying. She's lying. Look at our text from when it first happened, y'all. She keeps talking like, I think it's because one time when we called, she was doing a live stream and she thinks that I didn't catch on. And I think that's why she's still talking like this, or she just got multi-personalities and it's showing. But one time we were on live. I was on live and she was on live. And she was talking like that. So she's either talking like that because she doesn't want me to realize that's what she was doing then, but I realized it time in, that's what she was doing. I just was also on live and I did not want her to realize that I was on live. But I don't know. Either she got multi-personality, which she does. She definitely does. But she's probably also trying for me to not realize what she was doing then. But I realized when she was doing it, I just also was live and not letting her realize I was on live because they keep setting me up. Look, it will say from me and hear what she first said. We weren't even messaging back then. We were in the same house. Even though when I'm in the same house, I do message people, I don't talk to her. I don't have relationships with my sister. I don't believe in that. I believe on looking out for my sisters and protecting them, but letting them live their own lives prospectively and keeping them out of my personal life. She always inserts herself in my personal life. I don't have a personal relationship with my sisters. I don't believe in that. And that's just me. I did deeply love my sisters. I watch over them. I govern them. I do not have personal relationships with them, which makes them feel like I don't love them. But I do. She just always embeds herself in my personal relationships. Then after my mom and everyone pointed out, she keep changing what she said. Because she attacked me, y'all. She ain't this stupid. I don't know what's going on in her head, actually. She been through a lot. She started saying a while ago, I woke up her out her sleep. Me and her were in my mom's kitchen. She know it. Yeah, we were in the kitchen when I fought her because she came in the room and woke me up out of my sleep. She's playing. She playing. She not stupid. I never went to wake her up for anything. She made it all up. Wow, she's insane. She's lying. I was supposed to watch my niece and nephew. I woke up and they were gone. I was calling my husband all night trying to meet for my kids. He wouldn't answer me. So I said, fuck it. This man always trying to get some nudes. Let me just send him some. I sent him some nudes. And then there's no way for her to even know about the nudes. She said in one of the lives that he flashed her a picture of the nudes. How the fuck he flashed you a picture? How the fuck y'all was talking? No, I sent it to him and he sent it to you. And you came in the room in the morning and said, I'm fucking your nigga. Make it make sense. Never came to tell her I loved her and then said I'm fucking her man. You see how it doesn't even make sense, y'all? I never, because he's always trying to take pictures. When we were together, he's always trying to take pictures of me naked, which was weird. Like, we're together, why the fuck I need to send you pictures? Some people do that, I don't. I never did. I never did that. Everybody was always like, well, that's why he cheating on you or whatever, not knowing my mom and his mom are telling him to cheat on me. But at this point, it's been years I ain't seen my kid. So I'm like, fuck it, shit. Maybe if I send him this picture, and look, I don't think like that no more. I fucking hate men. Don't want to be with none of y'all weird fucking asses whatsoever. After this, I'm just done. I just wanted my kid. So yes, at that time I was weak. Sent the nigga some nudes. In the morning, she came and said, I'm fucking your nigga. I didn't tell her about the nudes. She told me about the nudes. How the fuck she knew? And then she gonna say he flashed her a picture. How the fuck he flashed you? He sent you the picture. Um, they're lying. They're talking. I don't know if they fucking or not. I don't care. I never wanted to be with him. I was being raped and abused by my aunt and her boyfriend. He was sexually, he never put himself in me, but he was touching me and pressing himself on me and threatening me. I was being sexually abused by my aunt. Um, and that's how I got with my husband, running from that. I only wanted to be his friend. I don't even like sex. So, yes, I did at the time sent my husband some nudes after we were already separated for about 7 years because the nigga wouldn't answer my fucking phone calls. And I literally was just trying to play him to get my kids. I literally was just trying to get him to meet me so I could get my kids and dip the fuck off. Don't ever want to be with a man again. Never. That shit is highly, I'm going to say unrated. Rate that shit a negative fucking infinity. Yes, I hear you, Father. I'm sorry. These niggas down here is fucked up. Forgive my language. I know you made them and they supposed to be good, but they ain't. My father was telling me don't say that. But anyways, I'm going to jump back up in here. You see how it doesn't make any sense at all? I don't know what she's doing. For real, me to come tell her I loved her out the blue. No, she came in the room looking mad. She stuck her big old fat ass fucking head in the room looking like she about to start some shit. I said I love you. She said I'm fucking your nigga. And walked out the room. I was gonna go in the kitchen and get some food because I eat when I'm pissed off. Holy Spirit said, don't go in there, you're going to fight her. I said, no, I'm not. I'm about to go get my food out the fridge. I walked in there, my spirit stopped me, and I couldn't walk any further. And I said, what did you say? At that time, my mom woke up. She came out. She was standing behind my sister. My sister said, I said, she didn't say nothing. I said, you said, and I repeated what she said to me in the room. And she said, no. I said it again. She said, no. And then I asked her again the third time. She said, if you say it, then I'm going to fuck him tonight. And then I headbutted her. So to my mom, it probably looks like I did just assault her because she didn't see what happened in the room. Now she's trying to say she didn't come in the room. She keeps changing shit. Then whisper to her, I'm fucking your man. And this is what she does to rage bait me. She be rage baiting me, then I go to fuck off. And she said, this bitch has lost her mind so much. The devil is laughing next to her, whispering clearly what's going on with her. And the bitch got up and attacked me for it. Tav'ia, I see angels and demons also. Okay, that explains a lot. And you are seeing things. They always do this. And this is because I used to have such clear memory. They always beat the fuck out of me. Not just them, on my whole upbringing. Raped everything. And then, oh, you imagined it, this and that. And they do that so much, you start to question your own mind, your own self. She needs her meds. They keep trying because they want to mark me as crazy so that they can get my pay. OMG, LMFAO. You wish I would say some dumb shit like that to you. I really want you out of my fucking life altogether. I want my kids and to never talk to you a fucking day in eternity. Man, I'm so embarrassed of you and your husband. My man is so fine. Want to see him? Your bitch so ugly. Please. She always boasting about people that she's fucking. And I guess this is the new nigga that she's fucking. There's been over 30. He got all his teeth, y'all. The only way you can tell that my ex-husband is missing teeth is if you all the way in his fucking mouth. Because he missing teeth in the fucking back of his mouth, not even the fucking front. Please go look at who she trying to say I'm a fuck. I don't care because I don't want to be with him. She literally woke me up and said that. You need some help. All you're showing the world is you've been sick all your life. Makes sense because what happened to us? Okay. And I don't know what I'm supposed to process from that. I'm going to go get my kids in a few days. I wanted to go today, but I was going to buy the ticket for today, but I can't afford that. So I had to get it for in a few days. Yahuah willing. And never have talked to them another day in my life, I pray. They're trying to use my kids as pawns, and they're actually abusing my children to try to get me. They didn't think I was going to make it. They thought that I was going to come back, and I would have came back because at the time I was in the blue. They kept attacking me out the blue. I was going to go co-parent. I have short-term memory loss. My memory has been recovering. Um, at the time, I would have went back because I didn't remember and I didn't understand because that was my whole life. They thought I would come back, and they were threatening me if I don't come back, they're going to harm my children. But my husband is only brutally, physically abusing me and cheating on me and degrading me and treating me like shit because our parents said that he could because they want rights over my retirement pay. So I was trying to get my kids and leave. I found out information. I've been finding out information over the whole time. Over the last 3 years, I've been getting raindrops of information to where I finally got all the information that I need to make sense of what's going on. So, not going back, my memory is recovered because I'm not in the abuse. I'm not getting brutally beat on a multiple times a day. So they thought that I was going to come back. The reason why I was able to not come back because they neglect my husband. When I would call my husband, he'd be like, "Who's this?" Like, I'm your fucking wife. I would tell our parents and they would scold me. I was abandoned and neglected even in my marriage. I was abandoned and neglected by my family the entire time. So, because I had London and Erica that communicated with me, even though they communicated with me so little, that little was a lot because I was neglected my entire life. And it got to a point after a year, I can look back and see like, okay, they weren't really communicating with me like I thought they were communicating with me because I've now grown to this point that I can see that it's not what it was that I thought that it was. So the reason that I did not go back was because I had London and Erica talking to me, or else I would, because the way that my family abused me, so that I could not fit in with society, which I had really had no desire to fit in with society to begin with, so that I would not be able to communicate and I would have to come back because of loneliness. Um, I'm connected to someone else.